Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Subscribe to Next Up and all of its members. Hi guys, it's Flash and Crash here with another video. In today's video, we are going to be going over part 4 of my top 50 players right now list. Today we will be going over players 20 through 11. All of these guys are all-stars and some of them are superstars. And let's get started. At number 20, I have Bradley Beal. And this just shows how much talent there is in the NBA right now, because a player averaging over 30 points a game is at number 20. So Bradley Beal is incredible offensively. He's pretty bad defensively, but like I said, he's averaging 30 points a game, and he's just one of the best shooting guards in the NBA. But due to him not being able to lead his team anywhere, which is due to him having horrible teammates that's just really bad at basketball. John Wall will be coming back soon, but Bradley Beal hasn't had any good teammates while he was the best player on the team. When John Wall was healthy, Bradley Beal was the second best player on the team. So Bradley Beal, he hasn't got to show us how good of a leader he really is, and due to that plus his pretty bad defense, I can only have him at number 20. At number 19, I have Klay Thompson, and Klay Thompson's pretty much his only weakness, and this isn't really a weakness, is that he's not a great playmaker, but he's just a catch and shoot player. He's a catch and shoot 3-and-D player. You don't really need to be a playmaker when you're that kind of player. Klay Thompson's job is to just set picks, catch the ball and shoot the ball, and play good defense, which he does all of that. There's players who are just much better than him. That's why he's only at 19. But Klay Thompson, there's no bad things about him. It's just there are players who are just better than him. At number 18, I have Jimmy Butler. For Jimmy Butler, Klay Thompson, and Bradley Beal, put them in any order, they are all very similar in talent level. Not that they all have different play styles. Bradley Beal is a pure scorer. Klay Thompson is one of the best second options of all time. And the reason why I have Jimmy Butler above both of them, even though Jimmy Butler has he's showing how bad of a three-point shooter he is. He's clutch, but on regular three-point attempts, he's shooting only 20% night, which is horrible, especially for a guard. But he's a great playmaker. He's an incredible defender, and he just has that leadership mentality. Even though he was the third best player on the Sixers last year, he was still their leader, and that's the biggest thing about Jimmy Butler, and that's why I have him at number 18. At number 17, I have Paul George, and at the beginning of the season, I thought Paul George was going to be number 7 or number 8, but because so many players got that much better this season, and Paul George did take a bit of a step back, that's mostly because he didn't get any time to get into a rhythm and build chemistry with his teammates. At the beginning of the season, he was going insane, but after that, he just started falling off a bit, because he was getting injured so much that he just didn't get a chance to fit into the team. If Paul George starts playing at the MVP level, like he did at the beginning of the season and last season, if he does that again in the playoffs, I don't think the Lakers have a chance against the Clippers. That's really the only way that I think the Lakers could beat the Clippers is if Paul George isn't playing an MVP. But yes, so right for now I have him at 17, but if he starts playing at the level he did with OKC and at the beginning of the season this year, I would definitely move him up into the top 10. At number 16, I have Karl-Anthony Towns, and at the beginning of the season, everyone thought that Karl-Anthony Towns was going to win MVP. Not at the beginning of the season, after the first 5 games, because the Timberwolves were the 1 seed in the West at the beginning of the year. Karl-Anthony Towns is averaging like 28 and 16. Wiggins is playing incredible. Wiggins is playing like a star. Wiggins is playing like the full potential version of Wiggins, and just everything was coming together for the Timberwolves. And then Cat got injured. That like if he stayed healthy, he might have been able to win the MVP. And like, yeah, if Wiggins was just the second option and Karl-Anthony Towns stayed healthy this season, I think so. Cat would still. I do think that wasn't a fluke for the Timberwolves. I think that Wiggins would have been able to play at that level as a second option because Wiggins, he has the talent, he just doesn't have the ability to be a number one option. That's why Wiggins always falls off. And yeah, so Cat, like right now I have him as the third best center in the NBA. But if Cat can, like next season, if he plays like the way he was at the beginning of this season, then I think Cat might be able to move up into the top 10. At number 15, I have Trae Young, and yeah, Trae Young is the 5th best point guard in the NBA this season. This season, the point guard position is really just taken off due to Ben Simmons having a great season. At the beginning of the season, Kyrie was playing incredible, and when Kyrie did play this season, he was going off. Russ has been incredible this season. Ben Simmons, his defense has been next level, and Trae Young has broken out as a superstar in his second season. Yeah, what Trae Young and Luke have been doing this season, they are both going to go down as all-time greats. I think Trae Young might be like a top 20 player of all time at the end of his career. I really think he can do that because he's averaging like 30 and 10 in his second season. Like, and he's shooting from the logo. Those are the kind of numbers Steph Curry put up in his MVP season. I mean, obviously Trae Young's numbers are like, they're not that level, but the fact that Trae Young's anywhere near what Steph Curry did in that incredible season shows that just Trae Young might go down as one of the greatest point guards of all time. And I think he'll be like the greatest Hawk player of all time at the end of his career. Just crazy. But right now, like all of the point guards and all the top point guards in the NBA have been having great seasons. Like Kyrie's, when he was healthy, Kyrie was having his best season. Russ was having like his second best season and arguably his best season. Damian Lillard's definitely having his best season. Curry was injured, so we don't really know what kind of season he's having, but we all know how good Curry is. And like, yeah, this season, if the pandemic didn't happen, this could have been one of the greatest seasons of all time for like just the entire league. But yeah, I have Trae Young at 15, and I think at his peak he might be able to move up into the top 5. Until February, I think Jason Tatum would have been around like 25, 24, 26, around that number. But ever since February, Jason Tatum has been a superstar. Like, he has been going crazy. His leadership has been insane. During February, the Celtics went like 12-2 without Kemba Walker because of Jason Tatum. Like against the Lakers, he went head to head. I'm pretty sure he won Player of the Game, and he like outplayed LeBron and AD. And yeah, like all that stuff people were saying about Tatum back in the 2017 playoffs when he dunked on LeBron and he carried the Celtics all the way to the conference finals. All of that is starting to come true. Tatum is going to go down as a Hall of Famer. People are already saying that he might be an MVP by the end of his career. Like, yeah, Jason Tatum has broke out ever since the All-Star break. He has been the third best power forward in the league behind like Anthony Davis and Giannis. He's just been going off. And yeah, I wanted to put him like one spot higher, but I think that would be a bit too much right now. But due to people saying that he's going to be better than Trae Young, I decided to put him one spot above Trae Young, but they are very, very, very close in talent. Coming into this season, people thought Embiid was going to be like number 8 or 9, and yeah, I have him at 13. If you look at the numbers, Embiid's probably around 20, but I can't have... Joel Embiid is better than Nikola Jokic. He's the best center in the NBA. It's like the Sixers, without Al Horford, I think if they didn't have Al Horford, I think Embiid would still be playing at the level he was last season. But due to this slight stat drop-off, I had to put him a bit lower. But I think Embiid's still at the same level he was last season. And because of that, I couldn't put like Trae Young, Jason Tatum, or Karl-Anthony Towns, or like Paul George above him. Like, no, I couldn't move Embiid that far down. I had to move him a bit far down because like the spacing on the Sixers is horrible. I know like Ben Simmons, obviously he's a bad shooter, but I don't think it's Ben Simmons. Like, I think Ben Simmons and Embiid, that could be a thing. Just, I think Al Horford is the problem on that team. And, yeah, so Embiid, he fell off a bit, but it's not really his fault. It's the Sixers as a team's fault. Now, most of you are, like, probably don't understand this at all. And as a Celtics fan, I hate to do this, but I'm putting Kyrie Irving at 12. This is, like, a lot of you would probably say this is absurdly high for Kyrie Irving. And, yeah, you're probably right. It's, like, I know, like, if you just take away all of the off-court stuff and, like, the bad leadership, if you just take all of that away, what we got this season was a 30-point per game scorer who gave you like 40 or 50. Like, he had like 10 40-point games this season, or like 5 40-point games. He had 3 or 4 50-point games. Like, he only played 20 games total this season. I know the Nets were doing much better without him, but like, I think that just because there's just been a lot of like trouble on that team this season. Kenny Atkinson getting fired, them adjusting to have and now they were trying to adjust. Like, I know Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant were dealing with a lot of injuries this season, and they were still trying to like build chemistry with Kyrie and KD, even though they weren't playing. It's just a huge mess for the Nets this season. I think it will all fix itself next year, but through all of that, at the beginning of the season, people were saying Kyrie Irving was going to be the best point guard in the NBA because, like, he had multiple 50-point nights. He had 50 on the opening night, and like, statistically, this is by far Kyrie Irving's best season. I know that sounds crazy because of all the controversy, but it's true. This is the best version of Kyrie we've seen so far, and because of that, I have to have him at number 12. Despite all the negative stuff I just said about Kyrie Irving, I think most people would probably have him over Russell Westbrook. And like, I was like, originally I did have Kyrie over Russ. It's just like, I didn't know, like, because of the way Russ was playing this season, and due to that negative stuff, that still does kind of affect Kyrie Irving. So I think based off the way Russ started playing after the Rockets went small ball, he's been averaging like 33, 7 and 7 on incredible efficiency, because he started taking a bit less threes. He's still taking too much, but he started to take only like 4 a game, which is a lot, but it's way less than he used to take. And yeah, I think just the level Russ is playing at right now, I decided to push him like one spot above Kyrie, but they are at very similar levels. And also, Russ is just a way better defender than Kyrie. Yeah, so I did push him up a bit over Kyrie, but it's very, very close. And that's gonna do it for this video. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. And also, don't forget to comment down below what you think I should do for my next video. Anyways, yeah, that's it. Bye.